What up, regime? I am Symphony. Today we're gonna do an analysis of Little Mix. Shout out to my ex live at Capitol's Jingle Ball 2016. You guys are leaving this in the comments, so it's obviously gonna be pretty good. I'm assuming because you guys haven't really sent me anything bad yet at all. Also, forgive me, my voice is kind of raspy right now. It's just allergies, and you live in California and you live in the Central Valley. There's so much pollen and crap floating around, so my voice is gonna sound a little bit more terrible than it normally does. Let's just jump into it. So, have you ever talked to someone on the phone and when they're walking you could hear the bounce in their voice? It's impressive because it's hard enough to just talk and do it without hearing the, you know what I mean? But she's singing and doing it. And at the notes, you know, I always talk about how the sustain and the ringing of the notes at the end, how it comes out softly. Well, this song, that's not the way the melody's written. It's just a quick chop off. But it also means that you're going to use a lot more breath at the end, because sometimes when you cut it off, you'll hear the breath at the end of the talking, if you listen to the words. Not talking, but singing. And they're having, those are boxing belts, or never mind, they're not boxing belts. They're old Roman battle skirts looking. When you're in a big venue like this too, so even though it's a big production, there's monitors everywhere, so you think you can hear yourself. That's mainly just for the crowd. Even the monitors on stage and stuff like that, they probably can't hear themselves that well, so it's harder for them to stay in key. I've said this in other videos with other people performing, but so the way sound works, when it hits something solid, there is an echo, right? That's how you hear it in canyons and things and stuff like that. But if it hits something soft, obviously that soft surface absorbs the sound, and it's a little bit more subtle, for the ears. You could hear stuff a lot better. So when you're singing at a big place like this, obviously there's screens and people and all this, basically a bunch of solid things in the arena or wherever they're at. So there's a lot of echoing, and you really can't hear yourself for anything. So there's so much bass and there's so much drums that are hitting you, especially from the back and all sides, that there's points where even the microphones in the ears, you're not going to be able to hear the people you're singing with or you, so you really have to understand control, because it's that much harder to stay in key. It's hard enough to sing alone, but when you're singing with a group of people like this, it's way more impressive. I've noticed her, I don't remember her name, but she sings with a lot of breath. And it's not a bad thing, it's just how she sings. Because I've seen it in other videos too. Because it adds a lot of emotion to the way that you're presenting the lyrics. But she might just do that naturally also. It's a good thing. But the reason it's impressive live is because you're moving around, you're already using a lot of air. So the fact that she's doing that just naturally and dancing and stuff like that, pretty impressive. That's a lot of movement too for a live performance. Alright, I'm gonna stop the show here. Sorry if I was all over the place with my comments and everything like that. I was kind of sucked into the performance. It's cool because this isn't one of those songs where there's all kinds of crazy technicalities to it, but with pop music like this, that's an anthem, there are still subtleties that you can find at the end of lines, or just things during the live performance that each artist does to make their part more identifiable to them, to who they are, because that's where you really see stuff about artists, is in the live performances. You could tell, I said this in another video, that they're super rehearsed, because even for this, like I said, there's not a lot of vocal technicalities of the song, even though it is a good song. there's like, there's still a lot that like comes along with the performance. I should basically like don't downplay performances like this just because they're not doing all kinds of runs and stuff like that is what I mean. Like look at it analytically, because I think this type of music gets a lot of like, basically gets a lot of shit because people are like, oh, these people aren't talented, blah 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 blah. But there's a lot that goes into this. It's more, being a musician is more than just singing good and like singing like all kinds of doing like runs and all kinds of crap. I can barely talk right now, so forgive me. But leave in the comments what you want me to do an analysis on next, and I'm gonna find some more little mix videos to do, more Fifth Harmony videos coming, more just everything. So send me recommendations. If not, I'm gonna do a bunch of videos on my own that I think you guys will enjoy. I'll see you guys next time.